An important part of health and wellness is to make sure that you are consuming nutritious foods that's going to support the overall health and well-being of your body. It is also important that you are using products that contain ingredients that are healthy and helpful and do not counteract the fact that you're working to lead a healthy and balanced lifestyle. So today I'm going to talk with you more about parabens and discuss, are parabens really that bad? Hello everyone, and welcome to my video and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time ever clicking on a video or ever watching my video, I want to welcome you and introduce myself. My name is Kathleen, but you can call me Kat. I am a lifestyle wellness coach, and I focus primarily on feminine health, anti-aging, and wellness. So if this is something that you're interested in, you've definitely come to the right place. I would encourage you to hit that subscribe button and become a part of my community and learn more about your health, your wellness, and how to live a healthy lifestyle. So parabens are a popular hot button topic, and this can be attributed to the fact that there is a lot of debate concerning whether parabens are safe to use in personal care products or not. And that is due to the concern that parabens have been, or that parabens may be linked to causing breast cancer. They may be linked with endocrine disruption as well as causing reproductive health complications. Now, in general, parabens can best be described as a group of compounds that are used in personal care products to preserve the life or preserve the shelf life of that specific product. Now, the job that parabens have within that product is to prevent the growth of bacteria, yeast, and mold, and in essence to preserve the shelf life and improve the integrity of that product. Now, you can find parabens in personal care products such as shampoos, conditioners, cosmetics, lotions, creams, household cleaners, household products, and you can also find parabens in some of your favorite processed foods. So indeed, parabens are in a lot of the products and foods and things that we consume or use on a daily, regular, and consistent basis. Common types of parabens that people do talk about, or that you may have even seen on the ingredients list on your personal care products, are going to be methylparaben, ethylparaben, isopropylparaben, as well as isobutylparaben. So why are there so many people that believe that no one should use parabens and that parabens should be removed and banned from use in personal care products if their main job and their role is to actually preserve and protect those products from bacteria, yeast, mold, and harmful things that are definitely not good for us, and they're definitely not conducive for our overall health and well-being, right? So the issue with parabens, it comes from the fact that there were some studies that were done that have linked parabens to possible breast cancer as well as possible endocrine disruption and reproductive complications. In particular, many people are concerned that isobutylparaben, isopropylparaben, and ethylparaben are able to mimic estrogen and cause complications. And this issue arose because of a UK study that was conducted in 2015 in which a study group of 20 women were tested. Now, 19 out of those 20 women found the presence of 5 parabens within their breast tumor tissue. Researchers state that this does not necessarily prove that parabens cause or are linked to breast cancer. They do say that this is, though, proof that parabens are absorbed within the body and they do have the ability to remain intact within tissues within the body. Now, if they can alter or cause issues such as breast cancer, there is no study or no research that has been done that can conclusively state that parabens indeed cause, or if parabens are indeed linked to causing breast cancer. There are also suspicions that parabens such as butylparaben is linked to causing reproductive complications and disrupting endocrine hormones, especially for those that are pregnant or lactating, and can actually suppress or alter the production of reproductive hormones, specifically in males, and can decrease sperm production and function as well. And methylparaben has been linked to skin cancer, specifically malignant melanoma, due to its estrogenic capabilities and the idea that when you pair an estrogenic paraben such as methylparaben with other estrogenic type ingredients or known endocrine disruptors, that it can cause issues with skin cancer and it can cause other issues to arise and other health complications. But it is important to note that there are no concrete studies or no concrete evidence that is out there that has shown or that has linked parabens to causing any issues with any type of cancer or being related to surefire endocrine disruption or reproductive health risks. These are just possibilities and concerns that people have. Are parabens safe? Are parabens the enemy? Are parabens something that you want to include in your personal care products? Do you want to nix them and only use clean beauty products? Where does that leave you in the mix? And honestly, your decision on whether or not you are going to use parabens is something that is completely personal and should be completely left up to you. It is not something that you should feel that you're being forced to do because it's what is right and what is popular right now is clean beauty. It should be something that you decide to do because you understand why you're making that decision. You understand all that there is about parabens. You understand the pros, you understand the cons, and you have made a decision to say, you know what, I'm not pleased with the information that we have on parabens. I'm not thrilled about that. I want more information. Or you can be on the other side of that coin and say, I'm absolutely fine with the information I've been presented about parabens, and I feel like it's fine for me to use. I haven't had any reactions or any negative experiences with using parabens that will encourage me to do anything other than that. So that should be the basis for what you make your decision and whether or not you're choosing to use parabens or not. It should not just come off of what somebody tells you. It shouldn't come off of what I tell you. It should be an informed and individual decision. With that being said, there are some things that I think that you should definitely think about and you should definitely ponder on and meditate on when it comes to approaching that specific decision. The first thing is going to be your current state of health. And that is important because if you already have reproductive health complications, if you have endocrine issues, if you have these problems already existing, or these pre-existing conditions or pre-existing concerns, this may be the time for you to say, should I really be using parabens if they are suspected to cause issues with estrogenic activity and they are suspected of causing reproductive complications? Should I really be using parabens due to my current state of health? I feel like that is a fair question, and if you feel not comfortable using them because of your current state of health, that's absolutely fine to decrease and cut out parabens if that's what you want to because of that. Second is, if you are pregnant or breastfeeding, you are definitely going to want to question what you are putting in your body as well as what you're putting on your body, because that is something that your baby is also going to be ingesting and getting exposed to. So maybe you want to think twice and have some really in-depth talk with your healthcare professionals, with whoever you trust, and just even within yourself, and just researching on your own and looking into different studies and just really figuring out if this is something that you want to do. And it could just be that maybe, just to be on the safe side, you stay away from parabens for the duration of your pregnancy and the duration of the time that you are breastfeeding. And that's absolutely okay. And then after that, you return to using products with parabens. It's just really whatever fits you and whatever makes you feel comfortable and feel safe, and that you are, again, making that educated and informed decision. The third, and I feel like one of the most important questions that you should be asking yourself is, what is your genetic history, or what is your hereditary background look like when it concerns breast cancer? If you have an aunt, or your mom had breast cancer, or you have a high risk of breast cancer within your family, then I would definitely say that that would be a great way to, or it would be a great idea rather, to decrease, if not omit, paraben usage, especially if you want to decrease and really focus on all that you can do within your power to prevent the onset of breast cancer. Then maybe this would be the time to cut back on that. Even though, again, I'm going to state there's no study that links parabens to causing issues with breast cancer. There's no research that has been done that links them to that. The only study that shows anything of parabens to do with breast tumor tissue is the 2015 UK study, where the presence of 5 parabens were found in the breast tumor tissue. But if that's something that is alarming to you and that you just don't feel okay with, and that's concerning for you, that's absolutely okay that you decide not to use parabens. And again, if it's something that you decide, you know what, I haven't had any issues, everything is fine, I'm going to continue using products with parabens, that's also fine. You have to make the decision, again, what to do for your health and wellness based on informed and educated decisions regarding your specific health and wellness concerns. And the last thing that you are going to want to be mindful of is if you are struggling with fertility, or if you are actively trying to conceive, that may be an opportunity that you want to look into possibly decreasing the amount of parabens that you use, or omitting parabens completely. And that's something that both you and your partner can do. Again, talking with your fertility experts, talking with your healthcare provider, doing your research, reading the articles, just going deep into this information and seeing what is going to work best for you and what makes you feel most comfortable, and going off of, again, your health history, your experiences, all of those things, and what's going on with your current state of health should make up the bulk of your decision regarding whether you're going to use parabens or whether you're not going to use parabens. As a wellness coach and as just a human, my personal approach when it comes to parabens is the simple fact that although I am not one to say that it has to be omitted and you have to get rid of it and you never can use parabens ever again, and that is just because it is actually really more complicated than it sounds, because parabens are in a lot of products. Not only personal care products, but they're also in a lot of the food products that we eat. And I am not a person that is a big fan of restriction and a big fan of omitting things on a widespread scale, or through a panic or fear-mongering, just because, you know, the word cancer got thrown around. For me, my issue with parabens is that there is not enough research done on parabens that can, in my opinion, and for my ease of mind, actually prove that parabens do not contribute to cancer, and they do not contribute to any of these suspicions or any of these claims. There just isn't enough research to affirmatively say, no, there's really nothing that can say, nope, it is not linked at all. There's always this open window, or there's always this inability to completely explain why this is happening, or why we're finding parabens in breast tumor tissue. There's just not enough evidence for me to feel comfortable with that. And that is largely due to the fact that I, again, and within my family, have a lot of the women that have breast cancer. So that is a little bit triggering and concerning for me. So of course I want to do all that I can to improve my health and overall well-being. And so that does mean for me that I decrease, and I have decreased a lot of the products that I use that contain parabens. Now I haven't gone all the way to the extreme of where nothing can have parabens, because I also know that that again is not realistic. It's idealistic, but it's also not realistic. Especially if you have sensitized skin. A lot of the more natural types of preservatives can be irritating for those that have sensitive skin, such as psoriasis or eczema. So you're not going to want to use those. There are going to be some things such as, for me, let's say during the winter time, I get very dry, rough, scaly skin, and that can contribute to eczema flare-ups for me. So a lot of my lotions do have parabens, and they do have phthalates in them, and they do have a lot of ingredients that are not necessarily clean, but they're the only ones that I can use, because if I were to use any type of organic or natural product, and trust me, I've tried, they really don't hold up, and they cause me to have more sensitivities, and I experience more flare-ups versus than when I just use the Eucerin or the Aquaphor. I don't have any issues with flare-ups. My skin is protected, and it is encapsulated in this very protective barrier. So I understand that, and that's something that I'm okay with. But when I can omit parabens and I don't need to use them or have them present in my cosmetics or personal care products, or even items I consume, and I see an opportunity to decrease them, I absolutely do. And that is kind of the approach that I have. It's not all the way to the left, and it's not all the way to the right. It's really just working to find balance and do what is going to be best for me, and essentially just honoring and respecting my body, and honoring and respecting my health and my wellness and where I'm at, without making things too complicated and too stressful for me, because that in and of itself is a headache. And I think that that should also be the goal for you. It's again, going through those different things that I was telling you that you should think about and that you should talk about with your health professional, and that you should make note of regarding your health history and your concerns with things, and doing your research so that you can make educated and informed decisions, and you know why you are electing or choosing to not use this product or to use that product, because you did the research, you know what's going on, you know how that product is affecting you, or you know what that product is doing, or you know what that ingredient is doing, and you can make better choices regarding your health and overall well-being. And that is the point, that is the purpose, is that you are able to get the knowledge that you need so that you can make empowered and informed decisions. So that is all for today's topic. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate it so much. Also, check to make sure that you're subscribed. If you are not, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and become part of my community. And make sure you ring that notification bell so that way you do not miss any of the uploads here on my channel. And until next time, here's to redefining health and staying forever young. Bye.